Sports. Hello, and welcome back to episode 5 of the Simulation Superbowl Challenge with me, Chris, and my brother Nick. Today we will be taking you probably through the rest of the season, watching a game as well for each of us, as we continue in what has so far been a fairly disappointing but pretty expected season for both of us as we try to construct our rosters to become Super Bowl champions. As you can see, I am starting on a bye week this week, so the next voice you will be hear will be Nick recapping his next game.
So to begin this episode, we come off quite a disappointing loss to the Bills against the 6-2 Giants and Saquon Barkley. So let's see how we do. So it's a loss. We're currently in quite a slump here with 3 losses in a row. So let's see what went wrong here. As the stats don't look terrible, only 4 third down conversions. It seems like quite an even game, but they had control the whole time pretty much. Teddy starting for the Giants over Daniel Jones. Had a pretty good game, quite efficient. Saquon was probably the issue here, and David Johnson not getting enough done on the ground, as we did lose Kenyon Drake for the next 5 weeks. But a pretty all-round decent game against what is probably a better team than us, and we got a few sacks in here as well. Zach Allen's been showing some really good flashes, and I think he might have to get involved a bit more. Following that, we do actually have upgrades for Quantavious Bingham, our second round pick from this year that we traded up for. I'd love to see his finesse moves get better, because one day he may have to replace Chandler Jones, and that's quite the task. He gets +2, which means 81. Gaillard, our starting center, also has an upgrade here, and I think... I'm not really sure. It's all quite well balanced, but pass protect is the scheme, so let's see if we can get him closer to being a scheme fit. But now in week 11, we could really use with a win against the 4-5 Redskins. We should be quite evenly matched, so let's hope we can win this one.
So after our game against the 4-3-2 Falcons, we lose 31-15. There was a breakout chance for Josh Jacobs as well, but he did not get the required yards and touchdowns, which would have been for X Factor, so I think it's 204 touchdowns, which obviously is quite hard to do anyway. And we also have an injury to report, and it is to Leonidas. A sad ending to his season, but it will mean that we do get to bring back Willis, what you talking about, for his first season. So we will put Leonidas on the injured reserve and bring back Willis, what you talking about. So let us quickly dive in to that game for the Raiders. So here we go. You can see it is a 31-15. We were pretty much beaten pretty well throughout the game. The offensive yards gained were heavily in the Falcons' favor. And we also turned the ball over once. Going into the player stats, you see that Memes had an okay day, not as great as Ryan, but nothing special by any means. Jacobs, wow, only 5 for 12 and 1 touchdown, not doing much at all in the run game. But in the receiving game, he did do well. Got 99 yards as a touchdown, so he actually, if he could have just had an average, above average running performance, he would have been a superstar X Factor. Aside from that, not too much doing for us. On defense, sacks-wise, Maurice Hurst got 2, that's nice to see, as well as Corey Littleton and Durant Armstrong. And interceptions, Ricardo Allen for the Falcons.
So here we are again with another 1-score loss, which is really quite disappointing. But let's hope that we can pick up some victories at the end of the year. They were ahead for the whole game, I guess. We had 3 turnovers. That's probably, well, it definitely would be the main reason that we lost this game. You can see there, Kyler threw 2 picks. He got sacked once, which is a good performance for our O-line. Guys had a big game. David Johnson, not so much. And Kyler rushing was fine. In fact, the fumbles went rushing. I guess Christian Kirk had a fumble after a catch, I guess. So, all in all, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot, I guess. But Zach Allen again has a sack, and I'm not sure how many snaps he's playing. So yeah, he's playing 52, which I guess is starting numbers, which I didn't expect. But he's playing well, so I guess he's earned it. Murray has an upgrade here, and his play action could use with some improving. I might want to improve that deep and medium, so I'll probably go strong arm here. Which gives us awareness, break sack, and mid accuracy, which is about what I'd want for him.
Coming out of that game, we lose again, 30-16, and that gives us a 5-game losing streak, which is not ideal, obviously. Let's take a look at the game. You see, this one was a bit closer between us and the Browns. Really what let us down was the 3 turnovers you can see here, but overall a pretty close game aside from that. And you can see that Memes was the main culprit here with 3 interceptions. Okay yard totals, as Nick whispers bust to me, but I still believe in Memes. We take a look at the running games. Chubb had a big day. Josh Jacobs got a touchdown, but again a very mediocre day. We may be looking to trade Gruden's terrible pick for us. Receiving wise, Zay Jones led us and JD McKissick, but nothing too much to shout about there. On defense, we see here Myles Garrett wrecked us up, but Morgan Fox, again, some sacks. We've been getting some sacks every game, which is at least a positive thing, but as you can see, no turnovers for us, but 3 for the Brownies. Here is what we're really here for though, the upgrades to our players, and you can see that we have quite a few upgrades, so we will be obviously continually upgrading our players and building this team into a very successful roster.
And the Cardinals finally get their win after 5 weeks of waiting since the last one. We had a pretty decent game, no turnovers this time, which is the difference, and quite a balanced game again, but we got the job done. Kyler here didn't take any sacks, so our O-line is performing better than most parts of our team, which I didn't expect. Cam got sacked 4 times though, and we got a pick. So let's see how the defense did that. We held McCaffrey to under 100 yards, which I didn't expect. Johnson is just not getting it done, unfortunately. The run game is the issue in this team. And the pass game isn't much better, but they did enough. Got a touchdown for Christian Kirk, which is always nice to see. He's getting 2.2. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. And here, Arik Armstead producing like we'd hope he would, with 2 sacks in this game. Bird Laws gets involved with 1. And Chandler Jones keeps chugging out these sacks, sorry. But Budda Baker gets a pick. So our stars are shining on this team finally as we go into a tricky game against the 7-4 San Francisco 49ers. But first we have some upgrades, and I'll just make Kirk better at what he's already good at. He's got a +1 morale boost, which is nice for a losing team. So he's going to be our slot guy for the future. Bird Laws also gets an upgrade. I think I'll try to make him a scheme fit, and he is there. with run stopper, and he gets some acceleration, block shed hit power and play rec. So yeah, he's come out as quite a well-balanced, well-rounded player. Ed and Eddie here are starting left guard. He could use with some run blocking in both senses, but I think we run more zone, so I'll go agile. He gets +3 to the finesse, which is a good start, but he needs to keep improving. Thompson as well, a lot of upgrades this week. I'll go run support to get that tackle up. I prefer to not miss tackles from our safeties. But he gets a bit of everything anyway, so very good upgrade there. Here we are, and we're playing a very good team in our division. As we all know, the quite dominant 49ers of last year still just as good. Haven't really lost anyone. Going 7-4 though, which is a bit disappointing, I suppose, for them. They had a nice run from Mostert there for 9 yards. Let's hope he doesn't give us too much trouble in this game. As he has another decent run for a first down. Our defense not showing too much on the first 2 plays of this drive. Hopefully we can do something here to slow him down as they go for the play action. And Jimmy G slings it downfield, very close to a completion there, but Pat Pete on the job. Forces it out. 2nd and 10 now. Jimmy G almost throws the pick. So here we've forced a 3rd and long. Hopefully this drive stops here. He takes the snap. He's got time. He keeps going back and he heaves it deep into double coverage, and it's picked in the end zone. What a play by Buda Baker. And we take over from our 20. See if Kyler can avoid the mistake that Jimmy just made. We can only run for 2 yards in our first play compared to their 9. With Johnson getting the handoff and Quan Alexander on the tackle. A lot of superstars and X factors on this defense. As another pick in this game. Straight away, Richard Sherman. No one wants this ball. So now the Niners have a great opportunity. As Kyler with quite a poor decision there. Jimmy G steps back to throw. Slings it out wide. And then they pick up the first down with a nice run from Mostert. Gotta hope for something from the defense as he almost is picked again. He's throwing it into traffic, taking all the chances he possibly could. He just doesn't think we're good enough to stop him. Well, so far we are. And we forced the 3rd down now as he completes to Kittle, who is 99 overall in this game now. Not something you want to see. Especially in your division when he's so young and they're going to have him this whole time. But 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can stop him. And we can't, as they're pushing into the end zone for a touchdown. That's Kyle Juszczyk. And the Niners take the lead. They add on the extra point, and we will sim this possession with a nice completion to Robbie Anderson for 24 yards straight away. And another to Isabella. So we're moving it quite quickly, but D Ford gets a 3-yard sack to force 3rd and 6. But we convert. Sean Culkin, the backup tight end. But then Justin Pugh with the penalty loses 10. But Max Williams gets 14 back for 2nd and 6. Now they force the 3rd down, and Johnson converts. It's good. He gets 4 again. Nothing there, and we'll have to settle for the field goal as Nick Bosa is injured on the play, which might be a really good thing for us in this game. Now we'll sim their possession as we force 3rd and 6. And they convert. Now they're driving and force another third down. And they can't convert it, so I'm assuming they'll punt it away here. And they do. So well done from the defense there. But we're giving up a few sacks in this game to their very good D-line, but we convert with 20 yards to David Johnson. Another incompletion here. And then a penalty, which does not give us the first down. We have 3rd and 2, and Robbie Anderson getting very much involved in this game. Started very well. Johnson having a decent game as well. But Kyler has to throw away, and we do not convert on 3rd down again, so we'll have to settle for another field goal. It's a decent showing from the offense, but I'd rather see something better from us in the red zone. We haven't been able to do much there. Their offense almost stalls, but we can't force the 3 and out. Because now they are driving. And they convert with a nice run. 2 yards. 2nd and 8. We force the 3rd down here. And we get another stop. So the defense showing up when we need them. In fact, we'll watch this possession. It's Kyler on 2nd and 3. He takes the snap and hands. Oh no, he fakes. And he heaves it for another pick. Every time we watch, it's a pick. Fred Warner with that one. On the dive and interception, I'm very surprised that he caught that as a linebacker. It's good coverage from him. He's targeting Williams. I'm not sure I would have thrown that. Well, he looked open, but it's just good coverage. And a big play from 54. So now the Niners take over again in our territory. And they have a chance before halftime to extend their lead. And they are driving down. 45 seconds, 14 yards to go. As a pass to Mostert gets them the touchdown. We're still only 1 score behind though. I don't expect we'll do anything here before the half. And we don't. But now we start the half with this possession. And let's hope for no 3 and out as Robbie Anderson converts again on 3rd down. 5 yards for Johnson. Isabella gets 11. Christian Kirk for 5. We're chugging along. 4 yards for Johnson, and we convert to Williams. Let's hope for better offense in this red zone possession now. As Kyler throws away, let's watch this 3rd down. Sherman in the zone. Do not throw it that way, please. Let's see what we can do. Kyler dumps it off and we'll settle for another field goal on this possession. See, I'd be fine with these field goals if it wasn't for them scoring touchdowns. But here we might be able to stop them as we force the 3 and out and get the ball back straight away. So they punt to the 3. Johnson gets 2. We might just run for breathing room here. It's 3rd and 8 from the 5. Gets 6-yard run from Christian Kirk. And the punt is dreadful. So they get the ball in our 45. And they've got the first down to the 30. And into the red zone with a first down from Mostert again. But we're forcing a few negative plays, which is good to see. Haven't seen the sack though. Let's see if we can do it on 3rd down. As he only gets a 1-yard rush, so they settle for a field goal as well. And we're still only 1 score behind. So we're keeping up with this team, who I would have to say are much better than us on paper. But we're still performing like the team that I think we can be. And we're converting, we're driving down into their half. 1st and 10, Kyler. No one in the backfield with him. As he takes off and only manages to pick up 1 yard there, I'm pretty sure. It's now 2nd and 9. Johnson is in the backfield. Everyone else out wide. He takes the drop back. and he dumps it off again. He tends to do that, but way too late. And there was no chance for Johnson there. Let's see this 3rd and 9. We've got a real good opportunity here to get ourselves back in contention for this game, but he takes off again and doesn't get anything. It's this defense holding firm, and they may cause issues for us way into the future. But the punt was down to their 1, so maybe, just maybe, we can get stopped, but we don't, so never mind. As Mostert churns out a few first downs here. Garoppolo has to throw away. Pass knocked away by Reddick. But then Kittle gets 22. He's just so dangerous. And then 14 again to Deebo Samuel. Let's see if we can stop him here. But if they go 2 scores up, I'm not sure we can come back in this game, as they are driving, and they probably will score a touchdown here. 1 yard to Mostert, 2nd and 9, 6 yards. And we do. Incompletion, so they'll settle for a field goal, but it's still 2 scores. And we need a touchdown here. Kyler gets 6. And an incompletion. And 10 to Robbie Anderson. He's converted on a few 3rd downs today. Kyler gets 4 yards on a run. Then it's knocked away by Sherman. 5 yards, and now 4th and 1. And we don't get it, which will probably be the end of this game. But we kept it close with the Niners for a lot of the time, and we can hold our heads high, but we do probably need some form of a result from the upcoming games. But hopefully they're a bit easier than this one.
Okay, so let's dive in to watch the Oakland Raiders play the Miami Dolphins. 2 3-8 teams battling it out for a high draft pick, essentially, at this point. So I'll see you in the game. So away we go in this Raiders-Dolphins game. We will kick off to the Miami Dolphins, who will have a touchback, and here we go. Our defense, when we've watched them, hasn't been stellar, remember? And, God, those Raiders unis look good. This is a good uniform matchup as the throw comes in. Oh, could have been picked. And it's Ryan Tannehill who is back with the Dolphins in a surprising twist. This is why some of these series can be so much fun, because you get just random things like Tannehill going back to the Dolphins, as we see him take the snap now, and he will throw and get a 1st down. For 13 yards there. That one was to Devontae Parker. So here we go again with Tannehill. We show a blitz. He goes play action. We bring a blitz off the corner, and he goes deep, all the way deep, and it is incomplete. Whew, heart in mouth situation there for the Raiders, as it looks like they want to throw on us early as they come out in a 5 wide. Tannehill takes the snap again, and this time he gets sacked by Maurice Hurst. A really nice play there from our defensive tackle. Looking at the stats so far in the season, by the way, the Raiders, we've got an average pass defense, maybe slightly below average, and a pretty bad run defense. So really, the Dolphins should be targeting that, but it doesn't matter with throws like that from Tannehill, who finds his man for another big gain. That one is Preston Williams. Here we go, Dolphins under center for the first time. They bring a man in motion, and they will run it for the first time in this game for a very modest gain. That one's Lamar Miller, the tailback for the Dolphins. As they come out now with 2 tight ends, but this time they will throw, and it's picked off by the Raiders. The Raiders will run down the field, and Tannehill makes the tackle. It's Lee on the interception, and great play by him. Not a great throw by Tannehill, as now the Raiders are set up with great field position all the way at the 24-yard line. So a big swing there, and now we'll see Dank Memes come out with the Raiders offense. Jacobs behind him, and he will hand off to Jacobs, who actually loses a couple yards on that run. But a big interception. Have we even seen the Raiders make an interception in this series so far? I'm not sure. Our defensive play hasn't been great, but here goes Memes, and he throws over the middle to Hunter Renfrow. Nice play for the Raiders. God, I can't get over these uniforms. They look so good. That's Memes now in the shotgun. McKissick alongside him. They bring a blitz to the Dolphins, and he will throw. Check it down to McKissick. And a gain of 3. Ooh, we come out in a big heavy formation this time. With Jacobs the running back. Will we run it? We will, and there goes Jacobs, and he stiff arms a man and gets up to the 5-yard line, but gets injured, Josh Jacobs. Ooh, that's not great. So McKissick will sub in as we see a big 3rd and 2. Can the Raiders score a touchdown here? Memes takes the snap, and he will throw, and it is incomplete on the deflection. And so the Raiders, I suspect, will go for a field goal. We have seen them fake it. So what will the Raiders do on 4th and 2? They will kick the field goal, and it is good. Josh Jacobs has a shoulder strain and is just out for the game, so he shouldn't miss too much time. As we will get through this game now on 1st and 10, the Dolphins will run, and they will run again. And this time 15-yard penalty, not good. That one on Jonathan Abram for a face mask most likely, and a 21-yard pass to Parker. The Dolphins marching right down the field, and this can sometimes happen when you do this type of simming, where they just keep marching down the field and you just need any sort of stop. That's a good start there. Tannehill incomplete, and Lamar Miller. So now we'll watch a big 3rd and 7 from the 10-yard line of the Raiders. Up 3-0. Tannehill takes the snap, pumps, and he is under pressure, and he will go down. That one's Morgan Fox with the sack. Great play for the Raiders, just as they needed it. And so, will the Dolphins level the scores? They will. And with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, the Raiders will receive the ball again and go 17 yards to Renfrow. Good start for the Raiders, but then McKissick goes back on a run. 2nd and 12, Memes incomplete, and now a big 3rd and 12, and it's caught by Darren Waller for 24 yards. McKissick on a short run, big conversion on that last 3rd down, and as Memes goes for another 1st down to Zach Pascal, but Bud Dupree comes in for a big sack, making it 2nd and 18, and McKissick is going even further back as we enter the second quarter. The Raiders incomplete from Memes, and they will attempt a field goal, which is good from Daniel Carlson. Going back to the Dolphins now, we see they get a pass off to Mike Gesicki, followed by a Lamar Miller run. That will be 3rd and short though, but they will convert with Lamar Miller. 1st and 10, they get a short gain there and an incompletion, so a big 3rd and 5 coming up for the Raiders, and he is sacked by Max Crosby. That's the 3rd sack of the game and a pick, as we see an improved defensive performance against the Dolphins, who admittedly are closer to our level perhaps than some of the other teams we have faced in this series. As we see an incomplete pass there from Memes, and now a big 3rd and 10 again for Memes. 3rd and long, what can he do? He is intercepted by Bobby McCain, and that is not good for the Raiders as the Dolphins set up at the 15-yard line. Lamar Miller will run for 6. He will run for 4 more. 1st and goal from the 4. Jordan Howard plunges his way in, and the Dolphins will take a lead after the Memes interception. It's something that he's got to cut out. We've seen quite a few games where he's had interceptions, as we see his incomplete pass there. And again, let's watch this 3rd and long here. Will Memes make another mistake, or can he convert this time? Memes will take the snap, and he will pump, and he will throw, and it's underneath, and reaching out but short is Hunter Renfrow there, who has been probably the leading receiver today. As we see, AJ Cole will kick it for a touchback, and now we need the defense to stand up and be counted, and that's a good start. As Ryan Tannehill now faces 3rd and 12, and he will get 11, but I think that should be short for a 1st down, and so the Raiders will take over after a 3 and out. Memes incomplete on first. 2nd and 10, and he gets sacked by Trent Murphy. So now 3rd and long again, and he again goes underneath to Zay Jones. So our offense struggling. Our defense overall playing pretty well. As we see a 5-yard rush by Lamar Miller, followed up by another short rush by Lamar Miller, and then a sack by Morgan Fox, his 2nd of the game and the 4th on the day for the Raiders, as this defense is really stepping up today. From the 27 then, we get a holding call on Colton Miller, making it 1st and 20, but a 22-yard gain to Zay Jones gets us right back into this drive, and potentially a scoring drive just before the half, as Memes goes himself for 3, but then an incompletion means, another incompletion. 4th and 7, we will have to punt it away, but we get a good punt down at the 3, which should limit the Dolphins, but they get a 1st down. And Darrell Worley knocks one away. They get 9 more. And now a big gain to Devontae Parker on 3rd and 1. Can the Raiders stop them from scoring just before the half? 9-yard reception there. 14 seconds left. No time left on the clock. And will they be allowed to score? They will. So the Raiders will take over. Down by 7. Here we go. Memes. We'll take the snap in the pistol. I think it should be McKissick behind him at this point. And as we see this run, it is McKissick on a nice gain there for a 1st down. His best run of the day. So after that 1st down, we could really use with a tone-setting drive coming out here in the 2nd half. These two 3-8 teams playing each other. Here goes Memes. He sends our man in motion. It is a throw. It is a throw out wide. Nice play to McKissick. Out wide as he picks up 12 more. Good start for the drive there. You see Memes stats not the best today. Quite a lot of incompletions. As Memes will take the snap and he will throw again, and this time he'll just throw it away. So that brings up 2nd and 10. As we come out in the pistol again, you can see the run pass splits heavily favored in the pass. That's what we want to be as a team, as this one is a screen, and again just thrown into the dirt, bringing up and 3rd and long. Here for the Raiders. What can Memes do? He goes 3 to the left. And here is the throw. He just checks it down, and he's been doing that too much in today's game. We've seen it quite a few times on 3rd and long. And it's just not getting the job done. As Cole will punt it away. In fact, let's watch this drive as Tannehill throws an incompletion. Let's watch the defense, which has actually played surprisingly well today, it must be said. As Tannehill gives it off. And a nice run here. Very nice run indeed by Lamar Miller, as he gets up to the 25 and gets to 3rd and 1. So 3rd and short. What can the Raiders defense do? As I say, they've been good today. They bring 5, and Tannehill's pass is lobbed and incomplete. A 3 and out for the Raiders defense, who continue to play well today. Would have been nice if they could have stopped, as Aqib Talib gets an interception, the 2nd on the day for Memes. And just as I was hoping that things could get better, they will not, as the Dolphins begin to drive and our defense has been put into some bad situations by Memes. Questions about whether he is the answer here for the Raiders persist from people like Nick. As we see the Dolphins score a touchdown, and now we need a big response from our Raiders. So here we go, 1st and 10, 7-yard gain. Hunter Renfrow, nice pass there to JD McKissick. Now 12 more yards. Hunter Renfrow gets 16 more. We're really starting here. A penalty sets us back slightly, but what can we do? Intercepted again, Memes. 3rd pick of the day, Prince Amukamara, and he is killing us in this game. This really felt like it could have been a close one. But the turnovers have really set this game apart, really, and the defense has played well. I can't discredit the defense at all, but Memes has really cost us in this game big time. As we see, he gets sacked there on 3rd and 1 as well. It just feels like if you're a defensive player on the Raiders now, you're just thinking, come on. You're doing the stick meme where the guy is poking him with a stick. Do something. Oh, as the defense turns up big again. This time Corey Littleton gets an interception. As we see Blueberry get a rush. And Memes goes 21 yards to McKissick. They're down at the 1 as we start the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens. First and goal. Touchdown, Bo Scarborough. He gets in. And that makes it 20-13. Raiders right back in it. We'll give it back to the Dolphins as the defense proves big again. 2-yard rush by Lamar Miller. 2nd and 8 incomplete. Let's watch this big 3rd and 8 as this game gets close again. You see both teams have turned the ball over multiple times. Tannehill in the shotgun takes the snap. Raiders rush 4. Here's the throw. It's caught over the middle and it will be a first down, and that one is his main man, Devontae Parker. So we will just head back into our normal simming as we see a short gain by Lamar Miller. Been pretty impressed with the defense. Another 3rd and pretty long, 3rd and 7. Is a 25-yard completion to Devontae Parker. Again, we really need to slow him down on these long 3rd downs, as now they are within field goal range. 3rd and short this time. And another big run by Tannehill this time gets them a first down. So knocking on the door, the Dolphins from the 13. 13-yard pass. They'll be at the 1 and Lamar Miller goes backwards. Max Crosby is injured on the play. Tannehill incomplete. 3rd down. Can the Raiders stop them from getting a touchdown as they come out both in goal line packages? Tannehill will take the snap. He will play action and he goes down, sacked by Carl Joseph. And that will bring up the field goal unit, you would have thought, as it will become 23-13 is good. And the Raiders will take the ball back, but they need 2 scores now as we see a 9-yard pass to Waller. A good start for the Raiders. But Blueberry is going backwards. McKissick must have got hurt because he's not in the game at the moment. Renfro gets the first down. Willis, what you talking about, gets in the game. That's nice to see. 1st round pick, remember. But Dupree gets a sack on the Raiders, and that one is incomplete. Big 3rd and long here. We can't afford to just check this one down, Memes. You gotta go to the sticks or longer. Here we go. Memes with 2 tailbacks alongside him. He takes the snap. He's under a bit of pressure and he does just check it down. And that is not what you want, a little 2-yard gain. They might go for it, they might not. We'll just normal sim through it. As they do go for it, but he is short by a yard, Hunter Renfro. Probably just another check down from Memes. Let's be honest, as Lamar Miller takes the ball. And the Dolphins look like they're on their way to winning this game as they continue to convert. And yeah, they're up to the 11-yard line now, and they continue to march the ball down. So we'll get through this thing as they score a touchdown. And so what can the Raiders do in response? Not much. The game ends 30-13 to the Miami Dolphins. And I've got to say, Memes, not a good performance by him by any stretch of the imagination. He really cost this team the game. The defense, I've got to give them credit. You know, they played tough throughout most of the game. As we see some of the stats leaders there, you see our running stats: 5 carries, 13 yards, not great. Renfro had a nice day. Zay Jones had a nice day. Memes, not such a nice day. 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You know, maybe if there's an elite QB in this class, maybe we'll take a look at him. I think we can't rule that out. We can't rule out doing a Rosen on Memes here. As we see some players get some upgrades, but a disappointing day for the Oakland Raiders. And so, much like politicians, I will have to apologize for my lying because we are ending the episode here. But I think me and Nick are going to go through a big play session, so both episodes of this and ending the season should be available pretty shortly. I mean, as you hear this, obviously this one's already out, I suppose. But anyway, that's going to end this episode. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Enjoy the lockdown, or not if you happen to live on a secluded island somewhere. Enjoy your day.